Okay, welcome to our next game of Shadowrun. It is session number 83, season 2, episode 45, on the 1st of the 6th month, 2051. Currently we have online Jeremy.
Good evening all. Yes, I'm playing Desmond Deadshot, the urban elf, grew up on the gutters in the gutters of Seattle, but has risen in his fortunes both literally and figuratively.
He's been doing well. Also online today we have Ross.
Yes, I play the lovable troll Womp, or of Eggythump, healer of the party. Believes he's the ruler of justice. Currently wearing his early 20th century attire, carrying his faithful Eggythump and his back pudding holy medallion. And is there going to be thumping tonight or not? I can't remember.
Quite possibly. There's always the possibility of it's thumping time.
Yep.
Okay, so also online we have Al.
Hello, I play Talon, I was going to say lovable elf, but she's really not that lovable. The narcissistic elf. Oh, yay, thanks, Jack, yay. One person.
You could say cuddly elf.
Yeah, overly, possibly.
Well explained elf.
Girl, the party girl, the sort of narcissist, but does her best to reel it in. Terrible with money, shadow runs because she really just can't seem to do good by herself or her investments, unless of course she steps back and has no hand in them, in which they seem to go very well without her influence. And that is Talon.
Okay, so to represent characters' luck, there's not a lot of luck to go around today. So there is too light and too dark.
Even Stevens.
It could have been worse. Okay, and does anyone remember what you're up to in the story?
Well, my memory of the session, we had, I think maybe Womp was contacted. Talon was contacted to
It was Womp.
go and meet up with a Mr. Johnson that was obviously clearly not used to work in the Shadowrun community, but was willing to pay good money to take down, well, he got details initially until we actually spoke and saw to him, and then he said that he wanted us to find his ex-girlfriend / mistress or some equivalent to recover a legitimately expensive necklace that he'd given her, because he felt that immediately after giving her the necklace she just run off with the value of it, and now he wants it back, given like 3 days or something to get it back.
It's because he told his wife that the necklace that he gave his mistress was for her.
Okay, yeah, so I had like anniversary or something type stuff, what we should think. And so we went, he gave us her address, We went to the apartment block where she was living, or lived apparently. Came across the fact that the flat or the apartment was had been recently vacated. We spoke to the manager / owner of the apartment, and because he was in there doing the final cleanup before it got released. So Taryn and was it Taryn? And Desmond went in pretending to be potential. No, it was Poppy, I think, because we went in pretending that we might be interested in buying or leasing the place. But the landlord told us that she'd not been seen for a few days, but had sent a message saying she was moving out, and then he got he saw another unknown man or a couple of men coming in, removing all her furniture and effects, and explained that yes, apparently she'd had some family issues or something that meant she had to suddenly go back home again, and therefore, but she paid another month's worth of rent or something to actually breaking the bond, breaking the thing. But then we were talking, he's talking, and he worked out that in fact we may not necessarily be keen on buying it or renting the place, but we're looking for more information. He was quite happy to provide information, well, particularly when it got paid for. And he explained that there'd been someone else, a detective, somebody over, had also been looking for information on the woman, and that she was also friends with the troll across the corridor, and I can't remember if there's any other particular hint from that one. But then, so he spoke to the troll across the corridor, who definitely liked his cats, and apparently had been was very surprised that the woman had suddenly left, because she'd left the troll with her cat, or her cat with the troll, and certainly didn't give any indication that she was going for good, just that it was going to be a few days for it to look after. And with the troll, and with the landlord, talked about the fact that she definitely seemingly done well for herself since moving in a couple of years ago, and it was in that she initially looked quite depressed and downtrodden, but her time spent in Seattle had apparently improved, so maybe Mr. Johnson's influence was something that she was definitely appreciating, and so again, odd that she would have disappeared. But the troll also talked about a poly club that she was part of. He didn't know the name because he didn't pay attention to it. He specifically did not want to know about those sorts of political positions, things like that. But that he also was good friends with a fortune teller. So we basically finished it with the leaving the troll and deciding whether we wanted to try and chase down this fortune teller or this detective. So I think that covered most of it, doesn't it?
Pretty well. I don't think you missed anything important.
Other than I think Bolt found out that the cats did not like the strangers that were in.
Yes. The cats, which definitely were able to recognise Bolt for what he was.
A dumb dog.
Well, he was in cute, fluffy dog form, I think, at the time, wasn't he? When he did a walk around the street with. Who was it to walk around? Oh, Nero, I think was the one that did a walk around.
I believe it was, yes.
The cats were definitely seemingly aware that there was more to Bolt than just the normal antagonist to dogs, although apparently Bolt was friendly enough with the cats that they were willing to talk. But yes, the cats were definitely freaked out or afraid or something of the people who came and moved out the belongings of whatever the girl's name was. So, I remember lots of little details, but names always tend to escape me.
I'm not much better. Because I'm now going, hey, I read the name about just less than a minute ago. I should remember what the name was.
But yes. So, and this was all. We met Mr. Johnson mid-late afternoon, I think, and we managed to get to the apartment block later that day or early the next day or something.
Same day, closer to sunset.
Right. Okay. Yep.
You didn't really want to leave too many days when you didn't have that long before it was due?
No, that's just it. I couldn't remember exactly when we spoke to Mr. Johnson as to whether or not we had time to do anything immediately.
So the name of the person you're looking for is Victoria?
Victoria, yes, okay. So I would suggest that we're looking for the fortune teller, which I'm pretty certain the troll did have a name for, or the detective, which the landlord had a name for.
So Madame Ulyssia is the name of the person. I may have mispronounced it terribly last time, which is not uncommon. Madam Yu will do. And he said the detective went by the name Zamba or something like that.
Zamba, yep.
But it's always worth to point out to player characters that NPCs are not always correct in their remembering of things.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, okay, that's what legwork's for. I guess, hey, we can start with a simple darknet type search, like let the fingers do the walking side of the house for the other white pages or whatever you call it. See if there's a fortune teller and Madam Yu and or a detective named Zamba.
At the end of last session, Hollow had sent you details of where to go to see Madame Ulyssia.
Oh, okay, cool. That legwork had already happened.
And noted that she's listed as a tarot card reader.
Okay. Well, I would suggest that Womp is certainly going to be better suited to talking to Madam Yu from the magic side of the house.
Well, that is if she's actually is what she says to be, not a fraud.
Well, but I mean, to me, that's also part of the aspect of you're more likely to pick up whether she's a fraud if she is.
Yes and no. With me not having the ability to see in the astral, no aura perception.
Well, take your cute fluffy doggy with you. But so, anyway, you certainly got a much better chance of understanding it. From,
the cute little puppy dog called Scrappy.
So yes, you have no trouble driving down to the address given to you by Hollow.
Yep.
And
no particular reason why Declan and Harlan can't be there at the same time, but is it worth going in as a all together in one group, or is it worth having individual?
Well, it's, the other thing is you can also think of some questions that we may not think of. The other thing is you probably need something that's of personal. Actually, no, that's not card reading. That's not for card reading. No, it might actually help.
Well, you can remember.
Something personal, just in case Bolt wants to track her by scent. So, did they clean everything out of the flat?
yes, they did.
The flat was virtually ready for reoccupation.
It was being repainted and everything.
Okay.
But the whole point of going to this Madame New is the fact that apparently she knows Victoria. So it's seeing a lot of friends. I guess the only question is, what story do you want to use as an opening?
Well, the fact that we know that she's in trouble.
Or, well, suspect she's in trouble. So. From what we understand of Madame Yu, the letting you know that hey, we're there with concerned acquaintances. I wouldn't necessarily suggest we keep going and convince her that we're friends of Victoria, as someone she's been apparently as friendly with this woman as the troll insinuated.
I wouldn't say that they were friends of Victoria. We're just stating that her boyfriend is worried about her. She hasn't been heard of.
Okay.
And we believe that she might have got herself in a bit of trouble.
Okay.
That all is
Which is
viable.
Which is basically telling the truth, because that's what we are doing.
From Desmond's perspective, it's a bit of an original concept, but hey, we can go with it.
I'm going with somebody who actually did, that we're going towards somebody who probably deals in lying and deceiving and things like that, and probably can tell straight away that we're lying.
Mm-hmm. Although admittedly, technically, making the statement that apparently the boyfriend is concerned about her is...
Well, he's concerned about her because she happens to have an item that he wants.
Yes, okay. There is concern about her, yes, but it's not necessarily directed at her as a person.
If you want, you can use the language of the boyfriend is concerned.
Yeah, that's right.
Which means you're not specifying concerned or what, but it does imply concerned about her.
Indeed. So, either way. Did Neo have anything more other than an address and a name?
No, you just got the address, the name, and the occupation card reader. Tarot reader. Okay, so driving down into that part of the city, most of the buildings on the street are run down. Some of the houses are boarded up, though you see fire glowing through the cracks. Windborne garbage floats gently down the sidewalk, much like tumbleweeds do in those deserted towns. Deck heads engrossed in their own reality wander aimlessly through. So that's basically people with a reality other than their own via technology. Gaggles of tourists staring in embarrassed fascination. You notice the psychic shop is the storefront on the first floor of a dilapidated apartment building. A plate glass window is completely covered by a laced lavender curtain. In front of the curtain is a neon pink sign proclaiming Madame Ulyssia, Fortune's Turkey advice given. Fortune's told advice given. Always good when my site doesn't read the words very well. A cardboard sign on the door says open. And as you're looking, you see the door open and a middle-aged man with a grizzled beard leaving the shop.
A what beard?
Grizzled.
Grizzled.
Oh, I thought you said a wisdom beard. I'm like, oh, what makes a beard wisdomish?
I'm sure it's the point.
Well, length of beard is obviously the kind of wisdom.
Yeah, it's a magical item that gives you +1 to your willpower.
Unfortunately, it can be cut off and you lose your wisdom when it does.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's called the Samson beard of wisdom.
Okay, so what would you like to do?
Oh, I'll open the door and say, ladies first.
As you open the door, you hear a voice going, "Coming!" As you hear a person coming towards you, wrapped in a patchwork of dingy scarves. You see a woman looking to be in her 30s approaching, looking at you, and it says if she would take the time to comb her hair and scrub some of the grime out of her face, she would be beautiful. Obviously, they are very concerned about her looks. As she looks you up and down, she says, "You need information," she asks. "You've come to the right place. Come in, bring your friends."
Yep. Well,
No dogs allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got the door open so everybody can go in.
I guess Nero will stay outside with Bolt then if they're specifically saying no dogs allowed.
Aww.
I did. She said no dogs allowed. She just said come in with your friends.
No, she said after that, no dogs allowed.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So, stepping into her place, you see a large room decorated with second or maybe even third-hand throw rug pillows and paper lamps. Black with tarnish, incense burners spew out trails of smoke, giving the air a heavy, sickly sweet smell. A low table in the center of the room is surrounded by pillows. She gestures to the table and scurries over to it, taking a seat on a stained and tattered pillow. She smiles kindly as you come into the room. The table is covered with a dirty white cloth. A smudged crystal ball sits on a silver stand with a greasy-looking deck of tarot cards alongside it. "Now," she says warmly, "what can I do for you?" gesturing for you to sit down.
Okay. Well, I will sit down. And then pat the cushions for the elves to sit down as well.
They just basically look around the various trappings of the room.
And Talon's gonna plunk her ass right down.
Desrin, we're not here. This is not a shop that you go and browse the non-existent items for sale. Set.
Well, Jessica will come and stand behind the two of them sitting down there.
She pulls out 3 cards and places them onto the table and goes, "Oh, so I see I have the elf who wishes to be wise, the elf who wishes to be famous, and the troll who appears to be cursed."
Yep, that's true.
So what questions do you need answered by the spirits today?
How many questions can we actually ask? And as well as, what is the fee?
Well, that's all about whether or not you're willing to pay her fee of 25 credits per question.
Out of character, that seems cheap.
Not when she will stop and ask you to pay more for further information.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So if you ask a yes/no question, you might get a yes/no answer.
Jez will lay down 150 and say, well, let's have a conversation.
And she says, "What is the topic you wish to talk about, ancient to be?"
I understand we've been told that a acquaintance of, well, paramour, probably a better word, of acquaintance of ours has been a friend of yours for some time, and our friend is concerned that they have not seen her for some time.
Well, that all depends on who your friend is, as I do have quite a few regular customers, she says.
The young lady by the name of Victoria?
I might be able to give you some information about that. And while thinking about that, we have M just joining us.
Hello. Don't know where we're up to or don't know what we're doing, but I'm Bolt, your ever-lovable puppy, and not the sharpest bolt in the shed. I only vaguely remember what happened last session, so I
We're
don't know.
speaking to cats.
Yes, that's right. Yes, we're looking at the apartment. Thank you. Yes, that one.
And currently they are talking to the fortune teller after being told no dogs allowed. So Bolt is standing outside with Nero right now.
In Pomeranian mode.
Doing Pomeranian mode. Did I ever go out of Pomeranian mode?
No.
No,
Still the
okay,
same
cool.
day.
Yeah, because we worked out if you do, it means that somebody can't travel with us.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. I'm Pomeranian mode. I'm super Rocky.
Now that Anne's here, and the fact that one of the purposes for Bolt coming in was to be able to walk actually into the shop. Did Bolt get anything when the door first opened and started coming? They got told no dogs allowed?
Didn't get a chance, partly because the player wasn't here.
Okay, remember that.
Okay, so she gathers up the money and says that there's a detective by the name of Patrick Bambra who came around asking about Victoria last week. She suspects that Bambra is the person who was following Victoria, and so told him nothing. She doesn't know where Victoria. Yeah, Victoria was being followed by a detective by the name of Patrick Bambro.
As in, like, stalked, followed, or...
Quite likely, she says.
Okay, from a player's/character's perspective, that would match with the landlord saying that a detective, Gamble or something, had asked about her disappearance.
And she is unsure where Victoria is now. I'm not really too sure of where she may have gone.
Talking to some of her other friends, they suggested that she'd been feeling a lot happier about life recently. Is that anything that she'd spoken to you about?
She does say that the cards had shown her a promise in her future, and that things looked as if they would be picking up for her right before she disappeared.
Did you get any sense from this Detective Bambro that he was a danger to Victoria?
He sensed he was a dangerous man, but did not know why or what for. But he does say that she does sense that the older elf sitting at the table here comes from a past of uncertainty, that no matter where you are, you never seem to fit in. You are always special, better in many ways than other people, but different. And for this you were shunned. And now something is troubling you. Tell me a bit about your past. It will help me see your present and future, she says, directed at Tarlin.
Oh.
Okay, tell everything you know about your past. Okay, next.
Yeah, what past?
Actually, won't be surprised because she called her an old elf.
Yeah, what? Actually, yeah, hey, what the hell?
She says she can see the decades behind you stretching out for more than 5 times.
What? Oh no.
Cool.
I always knew you were
You're
special.
looking good for a someone who's over 50.
Yeah.
But you look as if you're teenage to 20ish. No more.
Fair enough.
But no one's ever seen an elderly elf.
Hey.
Okay, so she does continue on with, yes, I see that you're very confused. You know, there is something you're trying to find, but at times it seems as though you never will.
Yes?
Okay, and...
Did okay, you mentioned that Victoria came in regularly for readings. Did she talk about what was going on in her life? Aside from being followed?
That she was happy and felt as if she'd gotten some purpose in life.
Did she say where the purpose came from?
She did not. It just seemed to be a favourable connection from what her card said.
Did she ever talk about what she did for a living?
She did not have to. She was someone who would try different things and do more than one job at a time. It was obvious from her aura. Much like yours, she says.
I don't doubt that for a moment, I'm sure. Did you talk about any interests or other friends that she had associated with when moving into Seattle?
She talked about a cat often, but not much more than a cat and a neighbor, she says.
So did she... what kind of things did she say about the cat?
That it was very pretty, that she enjoyed its company and was basically buying various toys for it on a regular basis. Something about enrichment, she says.
Everyone deserves to have their lives enriched.
Everyone?
We'll give a definition of enrichment.
She looks at Talon and says, some people need it more than others.
I spend most weekends getting enriched.
Yes, but you seem poorer for the effort, she says.
Okay, well, way to make me cry. You old witch. Keep talking.
She pats you on the hand and offers you a cookie when you start to cry.
I eat the cookie immediately without thinking.
It seems to be one of those Anzac ones, and when she puts the coffee to go with it on the table, you realise that, well, they're probably better dunked, but you've already had the biggie.
Exactly.
So she pulls out a second one.
Don't mind if I do.
And he goes,
Character, and this is how you get customers addicted.
I keep coming back for more.
she goes, there, you can always come back by yourself if you need a private reading to explore your past, she says.
Cool.
I'm sure that that would be a most enlightening experience. But,
Yeah, even though I'm a million years old.
forever young, I say. Yes, well, okay. You will let us know if you do hear from Victoria again. We might have to go and chase down this Detective Bamber if he's following her. But if you do see Victoria, please let her know that we would be most pleased to catch up with her, as would her bereaved boyfriend.
I will more than happily pass on the information if I see her, but do you have a contact point I can let you know if I get any more information about her?
Declan will hand over effectively a burner number contact details.
And says, what was the name that goes with this again? Ancient to be?
ATB works. As I said, we are colleagues of Victoria's partner, so if we were to give you, if we were to give you names, it would not be names that Victoria would recognise. So.
That is fair.
ATB.
I'm sure I can describe all of you very well, especially this lovely little dear sitting at the table here pulling out another cookie.
So Desmond will deliberately be moving. So he hadn't sat down, so he was standing. He'll move towards the door to hold it open for while Womp and Talon get up and potentially taking their time, which might allow Womp some time to actually look inside the shop. Even if you can't come in.
I look at the door as it opens, and what do I see?
So that would definitely be seeing if you brought astral sensing back up.
I probably have to roll for that, don't I? I don't have any of my dice out because I'm trying to make my dinner. Oh.
It's okay, I can pull the dice out. I have it all here.
Yeah, sure. and then you gotta roll like, I don't know, like all the despair.
Well, someone's got to do it. Now, if that was to fail, I definitely have a talent.
I mean, I got pretty close the other night rolling to fail. Like all the blue dice came up blank, which is pretty incredible because there's like 5 of them.
It is possible to fail on a roll without any negative dice.
I know.
Okay, so let's see how well you do. Did you wish to increase the difficulty? Increase the check.
No, I don't think I need to.
It's okay. I will do it the other way instead and make it a red dice because, hey, someone did talk about a despair.
Yeah, fair. Oh, we did roll the despair, so that's nice.
And there is a triumph.
Oh, there is a triumph. Hey, cool.
Aren't you also supposed to roll the white dice as well?
I am, but I was rolling all that other stuff first to get it out of the way.
Okay.
Because, hey, there's so much dice to roll for some of these people.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to roll it separately because literally my whole tray was like full the other day with like 4 red dice on top of it too.
Okay, so yes, you can activate a sensing and... Well, actually, it was supposed to be 4 dice, not 5. Because you have 1 thing active at the moment.
Yeah, I have 1 thing extra at the moment.
So,
I might roll better, so that's fine.
So yes, you can activate and maintain if you wish to.
I don't think I'll maintain. I'll just activate it, have a quick squeeze, and then drop it again.
Okay, so looking in there, you can see everything in the room looks mundane. Even the table. Maybe she's just a fake shaman.
So I don't see any like aura on her or any like guardian or.
She just seems to have a mundane aura that looks extremely boring.
she's either better at it than me, or something fishy is going on. Or she's just mundane.
Or she's a charlatan milking you guys for money.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be a surprise.
Can I look around the building? Look around, I'll spin around, look at the street, look at a building while I've got Astral up before I drop it.
You can. Looking around, the place just looks to be quite dilapidated and not looked after, and you see a couple of areas that look very dark and dangerous in the astral space in the region.
Cool. Well, I'm satisfied that there's nothing interesting for her anyway, so I don't want to go near those dark areas. I'm going to avoid those. And if I don't see anything else interesting, I'll drop the astral.
Yeah.
So to everyone else, all you see is Bolt spinning around, kind of in a slow circle, like I'm trying to chase my tail.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so Bolt is spinning around.
Okay, that was the intent was that was only going to take enough time for Womp and Tyler to have another Vicky. Probably grab a couple of boards to scratch as much as you get up. And then move back outside.
Doshi does slip her card to Talon when everyone else is looking away and saying that she's welcome to come back another time.
Owen asks, will you have more cookies if I contact you again?
Definitely, she says. And she might even have some chocolate ones too.
Okay, Talon pockets the card.
Okay, so what do you do now that you have more intel?
Okay, well,
Are we back in the car, Martin?
I assume you've all gotten back to Desrin's van.
Am I able to talk human as a dog, or would I need to be in my human or hybrid form?
Human or hybrid form, unless they can interpret yips and yelps.
Okay.
Two yips for yes, one yelp for no.
You can't do Scooby very well.
Yeah, no, I can't do Scooby Doo.
So Lassie, did Timmy fall down the well?
It'd be really cool if there was a skill or talent for that you could learn to speak as an animal.
Oh, you can speak as an animal. You can speak like a dog all the time.
Well, yeah, I know that one, but I mean converse
Enhancements to your spell.
Yeah, or something like that. But anyway.
Well,
I know you meant to
speak to Trixie about that.
I know you meant to say speak with people while in animal form, but you sort of came out with some words missing.
I haven't had dinner yet, and I'm so hungry. My brain is like, food. It's cooking. What's food? This is probably also how Bolt's brain works anyway, so that's fine.
So yes, you have info. What do you want to do with said info?
Okay, well, discussion about Madame Yu first of all. That the people, she certainly seemed to be able to pick up information quite well. And so, has Bolt gone back to human form?
I didn't think I could.
Okay, no,
You can go back to human form because you're just letting go of the spell.
Oh, no, but I mean, like, if we're in the car, I didn't think we could because there's not enough space for everyone.
As long as the troll's standing outside, plenty of space. The moment the troll gets in, very squishy.
I'll probably stay in whatever Pomeranian.
In that case, then we will drive back to a safe house area, possibly Desmond Tower or whatever type stuff.
But you're only about half an hour to an hour away, so depending on traffic and gunfights and street gangs and roadblocks and dead ends and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Just the usual.
So that's right. So we'll basically head back to home base and okay. If send a message back to Hollow to say, hey, did you end up finding anything, or did you manage to get anything on Detective Zambar or possibly Ambra? Something with the intent of getting back to Deadshot Tower and then Bulk got the opportunity to actually transform back and we can all chat and find out whether there's any useful information on this detective. But so in the conversations back there, as I said, Desmond certainly did well. She certainly was able to pick up information quite well without having been told bits and pieces. So there was obviously something impressive about her abilities.
If we're back at Deadshot Tower, I'll go into hybrid form and just start like sort of non-stop sentence of. Well, I had a look at her, and she was really boring. She was all grey. Her house was grey. Everything was grey. There was no life in there at all. It was really boring. It's not like Trixie's. Trixie's house is amazing. It has all these colours, all these amazing things, and Trixie is so bright. Compared to Trixie, this person looked like she was dead, basically, in Bolt's eyes.
You're saying that she did not have any physical powers?
Bolt doesn't believe she has any.
Obviously,
like I had a look around, and there was a couple of like dark areas like in the streets, but that's not uncommon. But she looked really boring. She's either more powerful than me, or she has nothing. But Trixie says I've been doing really well with my magic, so I feel like she is not magical. And then both take the breath.
Martin,
Yeah.
what type of questions can I use predict for?
Generally, you get to ask one question.
Yeah, but is it a yes or no one, or can I actually ask where they are, where the person is, or what?
Okay, so you basically can use it to gain insight into the next 24 hours. So your question will be about whatever subject you're asking about that occurs in the next 24 hours.
Okay.
So if you go, who's going to win the ball game tomorrow, and it's outside of the 24 hours, it's not going to tell you anything. And if you do it within the 24 hours, you might say one of the teams will win.
Yes. The victor will win.
Don't you have to ask like really specific questions, which is why we always antagonized over what question was asked?
Yeah, that's pretty much correct.
Only if you want to get a ukulele.
Well, yeah, that one.
And if you like asking the vague questions that most of the group do, then you'll get a very vague answer.
I mean, Paul's only just got a little bit smarter, so you gotta give him a little bit of slack for his
So
question making abilities.
So you can cast predict and say, "Can I ask a question?" and get an answer on that predict. I'm sure that would very much like the honor among thieves, asking people about the dead questions.
And not asking the final one, so he can actually go back to being dead.
And on the bright side, it'll only keep him up for about 10 minutes at most.
I was just wondering if I could ask where I should be to meet her at say 12 o'clock tomorrow.
You could. Would you like to do that and find out?
And if I can pump up magic points. With the spending magic points, does it still need to be on the same subject?
Technically, yes. You can't broaden your questions out.
Oh, well, it would be on the same subject, but it's be more of also on the detective as well.
You'd need to do it. You need to have cast a separate one to do the detective, unless it's in relation to the first subject, and it has to fall in the next 24 hours. So that's where multiple questions can be useful, but the moment you branch out too far, your spell will fail.
And I could only do this once per session.
Once per session.
I can't then do. Is the card reader actually a fortune? Actually, is able to tell the future, or is a proper fortune teller, not a charlatan.
That all comes around to what is your perspective of what a proper fortune teller is, and based on your own assumptions, you might get a no, because it's not what you consider a proper fortune teller, because she doesn't use tea leaves.
True.
So fortunes are very subjective based on the person asking the question.
But she is very observant, I would say, which is what most fortune tellers do. Okay, I am going to be brewing a cup of tea.
Okay. In Desrin Tower?
Yep. Right, good.
Just checking, because Womp has a aversion to Desrin Tower for obvious reasons.
Did he come to the tower?
Yeah, since everybody is here, I'll wave to the camera.
And you get a thumbs up on your phone from SoCal.
Oh, wait a sec. Do you actually have proper milk here?
No, he has the artificial soy milk. So a milk substitute with soy flavoring.
How far's Trixie? Or is she vegan?
She is not vegan or vegetarian. She eats everything.
Cool. So how far is Trixie then? Trying to work out which is the quickest area to get milk.
About half an hour walk there.
I was going to say Bolt would pipe up and be like, oh, it's only a 10-minute run.
True.
But even Bolt.
Its Bolt can go quite fast.
Yes, it's whether you believe Bolt that it's a 10-minute run or not.
Well, no. Bolt thinks it's a 10-minute run, but it's actually quicker.
Bolt has gotten better at judging time.
Oh, let's go to Trixie's. We need to make some tea. None of this artificial soy crap.
Well, considering the tea leaves are also tea substitute.
All substitute? All of it?
It is, because it is all created by the wonderful mega corporation known as Technology to enrich your lives with substitution.
What about the cup that's them? Is it an imitation cup?
I'm sure it is. It probably used to be something else before they made it a cup.
A shoe.
Okay.
May even have stamped on it, in my former life I was a dog bowl.
No! Although Bolt would probably be fine with that.
Ooh, I think that's
so Trixie is now my tea dealer.
Yes, and she actually grows various teas. Though they are quite expensive because she doesn't cultivate much.
That's fine.
Well, it is cheaper to drive into town, buy a tea there, than pick it up at Trixie's.
Yeah, but it's quicker to do it this way.
It is. And it'll only set you back 100 credits for a cup of tea.
That's fine. I do have a lot of money, but I
Though she-
hardly spend it.
Though she does say the milk is not cow milk.
Yeah, but it is milk.
It is
Could be
actual
goat.
milk from a mammal, she says.
Oh.
That's all right.
should we be worried by that slight definition there?
Well,
No.
it's very hard to milk. It's hard to milk rats, so I doubt it'll be rat milk. Actually, how big can those rats get?
Quite big.
Hey, nothing wrong with a good pint of rat milk, alright?
Or milk, as the Simpsons called it. There is a Simpsons episode where they did milk the rats.
No.
Excuse me.
Okay, so I guess first thing to do is see if we can find out where this detective is located.
Okay. Looks like it's up to Hollow, as we now have Hollow here.
Hello, I'm Hollow. What do you need today?
Well, presumably Hollow was listening in on the conversation with Madamu, so, and also in the car on the way back, saying that, oh, okay. We had a name of Amber or something before for a detective, but perhaps if you widen the search to include Amber, so, there might be more luck involved.
Okay, so, have you got your dice out?
I do have my dice out now, yes.
Okay, so would you like to upgrade your check?
Sure, I think I might see if I can get some more information on these guys.
Okay,
So
but-
this would be computer.
Sysop.
Computer. Sysops.
Sysop is every time you're using a computer in a non-criminal way. Hacking is when you're using a computer in a criminal way.
Okay. Sysop. Or would actually be
5.
5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 green. 2 blue.
And 3 purple.
3 purple. That one. Alright, 2 successes with a triumph and 4 advantages.
Okay.
Again, roll a lot of blanks.
Hey, it's always good when you get some decent information out. Okay, so yes, you are able to do a search and crunch the details, and doesn't take you more than an hour to get back the information you're looking for. There is a office located in Ravenna, low-class neighborhood in central Seattle. Bambra's got a corner office on the 3rd floor of a 6-story office building, and it's known as Pat Bambra, Private Detective.
Yeah. So
We-
you sure there's a connection there? Between Pat Bambra, the detective, and Pat Bambra, private detective services?
You told it was Patrick Bambra, so Pat Bambra, a private detective, probably is Patrick Bambra, the detective.
Okay.
If you could hear like dots over the comms, or just like static silence as you ask that question.
Are you sure? Well, I am just currently deleting all your favorite shows off your current subscribing service.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I set the garage lights to turn on and off at random times.
Oh, I could try that against Veronica. Or Tatiana.
I mean, it'll be a fun experiment anyway.
But I'm guessing time-wise then we're probably mid-late evening then if it took Hollow some time to do that.
You're looking at maybe about 8, 9 o'clock at night because of it being high of summer in Seattle, and as we talked about it being sunset, that meant that sunset would have been around maybe 7, 8 p.m. at that stage.
Yep, okay.
So you saw the fortune teller after that and made it back to Desert Towers, so you're looking at maybe 10 p.m. at this point in time.
Yeah. Did Hollow's investigation of the detective come up with any information, like aside from an address and a name, was there any stories or details on
Can Hollow send a Google review?
What are we expecting?
Okay, so looking up at the equivalent of whatever the Yelp reviews are now, he has $3.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's equivalent to like 3 stars.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I think he might be a bit like that fortune teller you met earlier. Talks big, but But he doesn't quite deliver on the goods.
But he's obviously a genuine detective. Like a private eye.
According to what I found, yes. Whether he's actually good at it.
Yeah, I'm making a statement about good. I'm just on the idea that possibly means, like, in the sense that, like, Madam, you suggested that he'd been following Victoria, and that Victoria was afraid of being followed, implying that possibly this detective was the one that has caused her mischief. But
I mean, if he's doing such a bad job at following a person that they're aware that they're getting followed all the time, then yeah, it might not be good at his job.
Well, but also the fact of if you get a genuine private eye, good, bad, or indifferent, then chances are he wasn't following her because he had malicious intent against her, but he was following her because someone was paying him to.
I would presume that to be the case, given what I've found.
And
unless he likes stalking random people, who knows?
It seems unlikely that he's necessarily then the one that would have done her mischief. Either he's been following, someone's paid her to follow him, so paid him to follow her, either because they're worried about her or because they're worried in a negative sense about her. I'm thinking it's probably worth going and paying a visit to him, but possibly it might be worth going and visiting his offices without him knowing we're coming.
I was just about to offer. I was like, I could probably use his online booking tool to schedule in a meeting if you want.
Well, potentially we could do that as well. But I'm thinking possibly if we go there this evening, tonight, and actually at least take a look at his offices and find out what he's got there. Because if he is opposed to Victoria, or working for someone who's opposed to Victoria and therefore involved in the kidnapping or whatever happened to her, then it would be nice to be able to get the jump on him. And if he's on her side or working for someone on her side, then it might be worth having a private conversation.
At this point, Womp has collected his tea and milk replacement.
Yep. Okay. Let's make some tea.
So, in this case then, if everyone was apparently agreeing with Desmond's thoughts of getting to this Detective Bammer's office this evening, probably about the time that Womp's coming in with his tea and real milk substitute, is probably when Desmond's getting up and saying, okay, you might have got a bite to eat, let's move.
Did you want some?
Womp's just arriving.
Did you want some questions about? What's that? Was it Elizabeth? Isn't it?
Victoria, but you can ask about Elizabeth if you wish to.
I know what's happening with Elizabeth. She's safe and sound in Ireland. Yeah, Victoria and the detective that's after her, and then we've also got the necklace. Did the necklace actually have a name of what it was, or was it just a necklace?
It did. I'm now scrolling back to find out why you look up what you need to roll.
I was going to say, wasn't it like specifically made by someone like really important and costs like a lot of money.
Therefore, the necklace will have a name.
It's called Blood because it's made with rubies and scarlet metal.
Yep.
See, I was going to make a joke about it being called blood something because, you know, blood diamonds, but never mind!
We did that last time.
Yeah, I think so. That's why I thought of it again.
Good to see you're in the same form as you were last time.
But remember, blood diamonds are not called blood diamonds because they're red. It's because of the
slavery. I know.
Just imagine what
Good
magical blood
to know
diamonds are.
that my memory is so fantastic that I make the same joke 2 weeks or two games in a row.
And I'm sure magical blood diamonds actually do affect the blood.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, does that mean that's what blood shamans love to get hold of?
I'm sure they do. And I'm sure a fully activated blood diamond looks red, just not shiny.
Yeah, just images of a blood shaman putting these diamonds on his victims, sucking up their blood. Okay.
All I can think is like crystal spoon, but like made out of blood diamonds. When you say that.
Okay, so it's
So one was going to provide some more answers. We're just about to head off and look at the detective. You got some answers now?
Well, you do know that Shadow used to do this spell quite a bit to get you guys some insight into what you were doing.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's why from Ezra's perspective it's the idea of, hang on, one boy letting Shadow do it if he could do it.
No, I've only just got the knowledge has just only come to me. Plus, it required a lot of drinking tea to work it out. Oh, we got some scones.
Yes, you have some scones made with substitute flour with some substitute butter available.
Mm. I'll have to have that. I should have got that when I was at Trixie's with the bloody jam and that. Oh well. Well,
Strangely enough, he actually has real Vegemite, and it looked like it only expired about 10 years ago.
so it's still good. Okay.
There's a lot of talk on the street of how it gets better with age, more bite.
Well, that is until it gains sentience and bites you back.
Again, more bite.
Okay.
Do you upgrade your check?
Okay, can I actually upgrade it? Because I don't have any stuff to upgrade it with.
You can spend a story point to upgrade.
Oh, that upgrade. No, I'm not spending a story point to upgrade. Oh, I thought you meant the spell, upgrading the spell itself using, but not with the current stuff. Because we only got 2, right? So yeah.
There's only one right now.
And what's your magic rating again?
It's 6.
So technically you succeeded if you got a magic point. And you managed to roll it on once on 6 dice, so...
Alright, so I can only... so it's only got 1 point?
It's got 2 points on the same...
Okay, so I can get 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first one was the one where I wanted to know where at 12 o'clock tomorrow where I could meet, where I would be able to meet Victoria.
And you get the answer of in the Poly Club.
Okay. And the second one, what is the Poly Club that Victoria is associated with that I can meet her in?
The one Madame Ursula invited her to.
Which she never told us, correct?
That is correct.
Well, she also said that she didn't actually have enough to do with, or not know enough about Victoria to have done such a thing.
I was hoping it's a bit more because I wanted to know. I'm also worried about this private dick. Seeing if she actually means her any harm. Well.
But hey, you got your questions.
Yeah.
Now, does the group wish to get themselves up before heading out?
Well, we're going into downtown, so I certainly wouldn't take any particularly heavy weaponry or things like that, but certainly Desmond's going to grab his pistols.
And while you work that out, I'm just going to duck to the bathroom. Because you can actually tick your character sheet and see what you're carrying.
Bolt doesn't need anything. Bolt is the weapon.
It's bolt action.
Yeah. I can carry an axe, but I haven't used it in a very long time. But that would be kind of obvious carrying a massive like.
I wouldn't recommend an axe in downtown.
I mean, or I could carry a oh, sorry, it's a sledgehammer, not an axe. But there you go.
Yeah.
I could also carry my bow.
I think sledgehammer would probably be a bit more. If you're carrying a bow, I think that's going to ask a lot more questions than if you're carrying a sledgehammer. But if you had a hard hat on as well,
Put me in high vis with a hard hat and a
hard hat.
I just got lost to my job site, so I've just been turning up to any job site that I see.
Or you're part of a village people group.
What's a monofilament, or is that a type of grenade?
No, monofilament is like it's either be the whip or the edge of a blade. It's basically the idea.
Yeah, it's a very
one molecule thick, so it's just
if you
extremely sharp.
If you remember Resident Evil, how the lasers cut through some, and some of that's basically what the monofilament does.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a scalpel or a...
No. It's a very thin, very sharp. Can be a piece of wire or something like that. It's basically able to cut things at the molecular level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Apparently I have 3 of those, so...
So the monofilament grenade, you basically send out shards of molecule thin filament in all directions, which basically shred people.
Oh, so that is the type of grenade?
It is a type of grenade, yes.
Oh, okay.
Nasty! That is really nasty!
So basically...
Apparently Ball has 3 of those.
So you set off that grenade amongst the group, everyone in the group takes 7 damage. No soak.
Oh, wow.
And if you can be vindictive, it's very hard to get rid of.
It sounds like that plant in Australia,
that's
in Queensland. Yeah.
Yeah, the thorns or whatever are silicon based.
Yeah.
So the body can't break it down.
Yeah, that sounds exactly. It sounds like someone's made a grenade version of that in this game. That is scary.
Yeah, and you're carrying 3 of them.
Can carry 3 of them.
Oh, it can carry 3 of
So
them.
if you want to carry 3 of them, then you got to mark it up to 3.
Right. But like, because I have it listed in my what options I have, it means I must at least have 1, right?
If you tick it, you're carrying 1, but you've got 3 available in your stash. So
okay, so I do actually have 3. Okay, yeah, there you go.
This weapon section is what your current stash is. There will be extra items thrown in as we go.
Yep.
Jeremy's missing a couple from his. But the idea is you'll have armor stash, weapon stash, and gear stash.
Ooh, I like the slider. That's cool.
The slider won't actually drag. It will only do 1 step at a time because it refreshes the screen and updates everything with each step.
Yep. But that's still really cool though. So I could say like carry 2 and then I have like 1 spare at home or whatever.
Yep. And if we were to say switch to Desrin, for example. There we are. He has his pistols, which each have options of ammunition he can load into it. So everyone's pistols currently has these 4 options, whether you bought the rounds or not. It's just that later on there will be a number there saying how many clips of those you have available to you, because that will determine how much weight you're carrying. But it does update your weapon stats as you click on them. Giving you different special effects based on what you use. So if Bolt went down the pistol line and took shredding rounds, she would also add her lethal blows to it, basically potentially one-shotting any character she shoots.
If Bolt wasn't so afraid of guns, that would also be very scary for people.
So, one thing, Martin.
Yep.
Looking at Declan there, he's got his Kevlar armor and his green gemstone suit.
The green gemstone suit isn't detailed properly yet.
No, but more the question of, if he's wearing his Kevlar armor, which talks about to be meant to be worn under clothing or built into clothing, can he call the green gemstone suit on top of his Kevlar, or is it meant to replace?
He can, but it doesn't stack.
Doesn't stack. Happy with that? Yep.
Technically, there are ways I can make it do that, but I haven't figured
that's
that
fine.
out yet.
It was actually something that when in the system, like on the screen, if I do put one on both of them, then they do seem to stack. So I think that seems odd.
Well, it's because I haven't. You're the only person with 2 sets of armor.
Yeah, no, happy with that. That's right. But yes, okay. Going down into downtown in the middle of the night, Declan's got, okay. Carries pistols, but he's got fake license to go with his fake uniform, and he also wears Kevlar underneath, because hey, even downtown can be dangerous in the middle of the night.
And you will note that the weight reduces when you wear it.
Yeah.
Because anything you're wearing reduces by 3 if you put it on.
And noting that the plan is potentially to try and break in. He's going to certainly take you breaking into gear type bits and pieces, all that sort of espionage kit and stuff that he's collected over time.
And there'll be a bunch of that being added on there later, where we will,
Yep.
hopefully by next session, there'll be a huge amount of gear on each person's sheet based on what they do.
No problem.
I have a question, sorry, Martin. I guess Bite and Claws are 0 encumbrance. Spare Tooth I thought would be my teeth, but it says encumbrance of 1, so that makes it sound like it's something else.
So, if you look at the spare tooth, it's a combat knife.
Oh, it's a combat knife, okay.
That's why it's literally a spare tooth.
So it literally is a tooth.
Yep.
And I've described them from Bolt's perspective when you talked about them.
yeah. No, that's totally fair. That's why I got all that, because I was like, is that a knife? Because it says Bite and Claws and then spare tooth. So yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
You will note Bite and Claws doesn't actually add to your weight, which is nice because it does on other things. Because it's got 0 encumbrance.
Yep.
But
What does it 10 or plus 5 mean?
so it is 10 damage, or it's plus 5 to your brawn.
Oh, okay, right.
So the idea is that I don't have to figure out the maths. I just click it as being carried, and it does the maths for me. Because if you look at the basics of it, if I take off the carried part, oh, it should have updated that as well, but no, it didn't. Hey, that's always fun. Because these things should... Yeah, it's got it down as always what it should be instead of the bonuses. That's always fun when it does that.
I mean, that's fine for this case because, you know, I kind of always have my teeth and claws.
There's always extra things to fix up on these things.
Yep. Also, if we wait just 5 minutes, as in holistically 5 minutes, Josh has just got home. So I'll ask if he wants to join before we do some more investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Has everyone else confirmed what year they're taking for this part?
I haven't, but I think this don't mind this stupid question, but I'm assuming we can only take the gear that we have listed under our weapons list.
Assume you have other stuff at this stage, but I haven't added them all in there yet. But that's
What year you wanted to take?
Yeah, I think a pistol would probably be most appropriate. Still really wanting to utilize that whip at some point, but I feel like a pistol creates more damage, and let's just be serious here.
Well, look, you can take standard rounds for your pistol, you can take armor piercing, you can take rubber or shredding rounds.
Just remember that it also has ensnare.
Wait, hold up, I have to choose armor?
Well, the armor, you can put it on as wearing, which makes it harder for people to hit you.
Oh, yes, then yes, please, I will have that, thank you.
So in this case, it's a nice jacket. Stylish jacket.
Oh, very nice.
And if you want, your whip can be a sparkly whip.
Pink? Baby pink?
Could be pink. Could even have rhinestones along the leg.
You know what? I want to bring the whip. Is that silly? Is that crazy?
You can easily carry the whip, the pistol, and the submachine gun.
Is that a little bit of overkill?
Well, the submachine gun might be a little bit obvious walking the streets of downtown.
But it doesn't mean you can't stick it in Desrin's van in case you need it.
That's right. You can certainly have it in the car, though, in the van.
Alright, let's take it. I'm gonna stash the sub in the car just in case. Why not?
And the benefit is, if you do need the gun, it doesn't weigh that much at all to carry.
Oh, that is surprising to hear.
Well, it costs its weight is twice that of the pistol.
Oh, okay. The pistol's super light.
It is, and the whip is even lighter, so that you can technically carry 10 whips to a pistol.
Ooh, very nice.
Okay, so we also have a Josh joining us.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Josh. I played Nero, the cyborg kingsman, basically, of the group. Out to research events of his troubled past, basically. So, yes, that is Nero.
I told Josh, but I'll just reiterate for the online that we were about to go and stake out the potentially shady private detective who we got through talking to what Bolt thinks is a pretty phony fortune teller.
And you might also want to figure out what sort of round package you're all carrying. So are you loading your guns with standard ammunition, armor piercing, rubber, or shredding ammunition? Because basically, are you looking to take down an armored target, which is what you need armor piercing for? Are you looking to knock targets out, which is your rubber bullets? Or are you looking at making things really dead, which is your shredding bullets?
Can we just make them normal dead? With like normal bullets?
Bullets, yes. Now.
I mean, I'm perfectly happy to do the shredding with my teeth and claws if you like.
I mean, you come in that as a player, the idea of being able to do stun damage and therefore not kill everyone you see in the moment closes is generally considered a good thing. In this group, I'm not certain it's necessarily an option that we normally deal with.
That's why I thought I would make it obvious about what the bullets do, because everyone, if they go in with the we don't really expect to take anyone alive, well, if no one takes in the rubber bullets, then no one's got the rubber bullets.
Yeah.
Can you take in more than one?
You simply need to make sure you tell me you're taking in more than one. So I was asking what you're going in.
Clips, but obviously, then you've got to change. Like you might take an action to change clips.
Right.
Makes sense. So,
Yeah, I will be having a clip of rubber bullets. But I have got live bullets currently loaded.
Yeah, everyone at the moment has standard bullets as their default, unless they tell me otherwise. And imagine any spare clip you're carrying is 0.1 to your weight, and any time it goes up to a full number, it increases your weight. So 0.9 is the same as 0.0. No increase to your weight. So technically you could take 3 armor piercing clips, 3 rubber clips, and 3 shredding clips if you wanted to for a single gun without increasing your weight.
So Declan will have one pistol loaded with standard rounds, one pistol loaded with rubber rounds, and probably one spare clip of rubber and a few spare clips of standard. Because let's face it, if the fight's still going, it's no longer for stun.
And so, Jeremy, you have the benefit of each of your weapons are superior.
Yep.
Which means that the superior weapons have a base bonus of more damage.
Yep.
So,
Nice.
and whenever you roll, you add an advantage to the check.
Yep.
From just the fact that you're rolling with superior weapons.
Yep.
And your
Stuff.
Your auto pistol, if you switch it over to automatic, increases the difficulty by 1 purple dice. And that means that if you roll 2 advantages, you hit the target an extra time.
Yep.
Yeah, just so you know, you can literally take someone out with your auto pistol very easily.
Yeah. But that's right. He prefers the precision of his 2 pistols. So. And obviously, if he's going for 2 precision, then he's pulling out the sniper or what was it? Something that coming up to that.
Sharpshooter rifle.
From a distance.
And we'll try to get all those added in soonish so people can actually have all their gear available. Especially the customized gear as well.
So, okay. A bolt, I definitely would recommend that you're in human form or dog form, not a hybrid to walk downtown.
Oh, probably.
You could be in big dog form.
Well, look,
hopefully not direwolf type form. But
if you're in human form, you can walk downtown with your sledgehammer.
I was talking about that. I was talking about getting me a high vis and a hard hat so I look like a tradie.
Yeah, but then still, there's not that many traders looking for work around night.
No, but they're saying that they're part of a a tribute band for village people.
Well, I'm sure Poppy can help. But yeah, so the point being, I would not recommend anyone be carrying or wearing or looking like anything particularly dangerous or out of the ordinary when you're going through downtown, even in the middle of the night. But you want to be carrying stuff to protect yourself if needed.
I mean, I'll have my spare tooth, but that's about it.
No grenades?
I don't think it's necessary in this case. Not today, anyway.
Okay, so everyone has sorted out their gear.
Yep.
And we'll go
Sorry,
back.
I was waiting for everyone else to finish. Also, eating dinner. I was going to state that my Streetline special weapon is got rubber, and my Mark II Firestorm has normal standard bullets.
And just so you know, rubber bullets you can't crit on, and the damage is reduced by 1.
That's fine.
And you could put armor piercing or shredding into your other gun to bypass armor or really take down a target.
I might actually put armor piercing in my Mark II.
So basically, it bypasses 3 points of armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might take armor piercing as well.
If you want to take other clips, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But that has us ready to go.
Yeah, Jason works on the ID. He doesn't need armor piercing. He's not much armor in the eyes.
Okay. Once you've gotten yourselves ready and Womp's gotten through his detection spell, it's coming on midnight when you manage to rock up at Bambra's office.
Okay. We might give a couple of loops of the block, just to get an idea of the layout of the area and obvious escape routes or things like that. If we're going to try and capture it, so we don't know whether the guy sleeps in his office or not, but if we're going to try and capture him, then if he's trying to escape, we want to know where he's going to run to. So.
Okay, so as you're driving around, there's only a few people out at this time of night. There's a bunch of kids in an electric red Westwood blasting an audio tune to Mercurial's new release. A couple of squatters wandering aimlessly around the building. Nothing that gets your hackles up.
Yeah. Anything on the magic side as we're doing the loops? I'm not saying you have to be checking astrally, but it's asking the question. He's happy to accept, oh yeah, cool, clear. But you looked or not, but hey.
So does one wish to answer as Bolt seems to be distracted?
What, magical sense wise?
Yeah.
I feel good.
So you got a thumbs up from the troll.
All good then. Does it look like the... I'm guessing that if this is in downtown, that the blocks are bigger than the apartment building per se, so it's not like there's any obvious back routes out of the building type stuff.
There is a fire escape on the back. It goes down maybe 2 floors out of the 6. And not the first floor, mind you. There is quite a few broken struts saying that the fire escape pretty much probably fell down maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago. And they haven't got around to replacing it.
Does it look like the upper parts of the... Because he's on the 3rd floor, you said, didn't you?
He's on the 3rd floor, yes.
Does it look like the 2nd or 3rd floor of the fire escape is still sturdy?
Well, giving a look from where you are, I'm gonna have you give me a civil engineering check on that, as we have that skill.
A whole 3 grand. He's more looking at it from the parkour eye type stuff of.
Looking at it from a distance will give you 2 black to your check.
Yep. He's got the cyber eyes, which can count one of those blacks.
Okay. Do you want to upgrade your check?
Nah, okay, because at this stage it's more just, hey, we can see whether it's obviously going to fall down, or whether it just might fall down. Either way, he wasn't planning on being long enough to actually really test it, but...
Okay, apparently only the red dice did anything bad. But looking at it, you're sure that if any weight is put on it, it will drop you very quickly.
Okay. Well, in that case then, it's probably not an effective back exit, or in this case, entry.
But you'll be a great way to drop it on someone below you if you needed to. Potential weapon, not potential escape route.
Yep. Are there any lights on in the 3rd floor apartment building from the outside?
Currently not. but it is after midnight.
Yep. So you want to make sure you wasn't being in the midnight oil. So I think that we're trying to go in quietly, if possible. I don't know whether or not it's necessary to be trying to time our entry so that someone else is just happy to walk in the building at the same time to get through the foyer doorways, or is it a door that we can get into without that kind of requirement?
Well, it looks as if the lock's been busted recently, so...
Okay.
The door is sitting slightly ajar.
Okay, that'll make it pretty easy to get into then.
That does not look good.
Is everyone going to go in?
With a resounding response from the rest of your team, maybe one person's coming with you.
I'm in.
Scamming, I'm in. I mean, wait.
Door's broken, we're in.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing that as a character, Declan is certainly happy to maintain Overwatch out here if people want to take the lead of getting in investigating, but I'm also happy to effectively have Declan leading the way too. So. Any
How big's the doorway?
The doorway is wide enough for you to get through, tall enough for you to have to squat your way through. It was not built for the height of a troll. You can almost see into the first floor.
Okay. What floor was this guy on?
The third floor.
Third floor. And there's no other exits other than the main entrance?
None that you can see. There is always a window. Remember how you got your foray to escape the last burning building?
Yeah.
There is a fire
escape. I could wait outside his window just in case he wanted to do a runner through the window.
Okay, so you're going to loiter on the footpath under your window, is that the intent?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Yep. Okay, the third floor, this is our standard or the US standard?
Well, it would be US standard, so that means he's 3 flights up.
On this.
There's no ground floor, it's floor 1, 2, 3, I think you find in the US. So.
Oh. Well, in that case then, it's 2 flights up.
Yeah, so he's on the second floor.
Well,
that's alright. He's not. He could probably survive jumping out of that. But if he's throwing off of the third floor type thing.
Or you can survive falling from the 6th floor just so you're going to break stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so
we've got,
outside. Anybody else going to wait outside?
Have we got all our comms on so we can all talk to each other?
Yep.
Yep.
Does anybody else want to wait outside or not?
Bolt knows how to use his comms now. Hooray!
Did Bolt remember to bring his comms?
That is a really good question. Probably because I knew we were going back out specifically to do this at night. So yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, so it looks like the rest of us are all going in.
Yeah, Nero's happy to go in.
Okay. So, taking another look around as we go in, just to make certain there's not anything obviously out of place as we go into the building, aside from the fact the door's open, the lock's already gone.
Okay, so as you're outside, you can hear a man yelling above you to his wife to tell her to stop crying.
Sure, that will work.
Okay, so the door opens easily.
Oh, the door to the foyer area, you mean?
It does.
Yep, okay.
Desrin does note the tool marks that are still fresh.
Okay. So,
In before I'm calling this now, we find this dude like brutally murdered. Anyway, perception checks as we go in. Actually,
just because we're trying to hunt down a private detective that might have been abducted or kidnapped a girl, doesn't mean that damage to the door is his fault, like related to him.
How could they possibly be related, I'm sure you think to yourself.
It's a big apartment building, there's lots of people that could be equally shady.
how could this possibly be?
Okay, walking in the hallway there is a old advert for a pharmaceutical company with a familiar face on it. It looks very much like Tarlin, but with darker hair.
I'm not another one. Oh, for the love of gosh.
Now you've been dealing with for the past like 3 sessions.
And it looks as if the ad for this company is potentially still valid, because you can get a buy one get one free if you mention the product code on the flyer. I'm sure everyone needs more Viagra. Whatever that is, you think to yourself.
Hey, why would anyone need Viagra if they're using Tarlin as a bottle?
Oh my god.
If that's said out loud, even Bolt will look at you with
I don't think it wasn't said out loud. I'm sure it was said out loud.
But then definitely looks at you with disgust, like even Bolt knows that's not nice. Stop being mean to Talon.
I'm more than just my amazing body and my quick. No, that's basically it.
Yes. I wouldn't necessarily, actually, it might be worth some people going up the elevator, a couple going up the stairs.
Bolt volunteers for the stairs.
Yep.
Do you even wait, or you just shoot right on up?
So,
Yeah, the stairs, and then start powering up the stairs. But yes.
Before anyone even reaches the lift button, the sound of Bolt is in the wind.
Nero will follow the human puppy thing.
okay, I guess that has Taryn and Declan going up in the lift then.
Nothing.
Okay, you push the button, it flickers on. Flickers off, then flickers back on again, then flickers off, then flickers on again, and you hear this grinding noise as the doors start to open.
Maybe the stairs will be better.
Yeah.
They get about half open and then stop with a screech.
Yep.
Come on, guys, time for some cardio.
Hey, at least it's not like it's floor 42 and you have to take the stairs.
Which is half the time in Deadshot building. And Declan deliberately taken up the top 3 floors, so when the elevators don't work, lucky he's got his only private one.
No, he's got a parachute. Base jumping.
Yeah, okay, well, I get Talon and Declan will get up the stairs a little bit after Bolt and Nero. I don't know if they do anything while we're getting up there, but...
Okay, so... while you guys are walking up there, what is Bolt's reaction? I'd say vigilance. What is Bolt's vigilance?
I think it's pretty trash, but 2 green. Am I on the right character? Yes, 2 green.
Okay, so yes, that is you'll be rolling 2 green.
Yep. I really should spend like, is it 5 or 10 XP per for the first one?
5 for the first one.
I should really spend 5 XP to just get a level in that.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't matter. Okay, so
Isn't it based upon your current level, like in the like it's 5 times your current, or
it is 5 times the level you're going to, or plus 5 if it's not a career skill.
Oh, sorry, yeah, for the yeah.
So to get rank 1 costs 5 for Bolt,
Yes.
and Bolt has never bought that.
I know the feeling.
Okay, so M, you'll be rolling 2 green dice. Would you like to upgrade that?
No, I won't.
Okay, so the difficulty is 2 red and a purple,
It'll be fine.
and I have
This is gonna
upgraded
end
it.
well.
No, it's all good, because it just means that they'll get to shoot at you first, and then you know they're bad guys. If you did really well and you won the initiative, you're still not certain what's going to happen yet, so you just left indecisive.
One failure and 3 threat.
Ooh, that's going to go badly for you.
Yay!
Don't worry, I won't make it strain. I'll make it something completely worse. Okay, so apparently while you're busily not paying attention to the world around you,
Apparently.
something bumps into your foot. And
You know those grenades you left at home?
yeah, that'd be handy now.
No, that's what bumped into your foot.
Oh.
and as you look down, there is a bang.
Sorry.
I mean, we kind of saw that coming, so that's fine.
Well, no, I think that's the point, because you didn't see it coming.
Well, yeah, that too.
Let's see. We got.
Apparently they're serious about anti-burglars in this apartment building.
Yeah, apparently.
Give me a second.
So I do have my Kevlar armor. I generally wear that, so I don't know if that's...
Well, you can keep that on your character sheet.
Well, I ticked it on my own sheet, but I wasn't sure if Martin had ticked it before we left. Because the only thing we were talking about was weapons, so I presume
that's
that...
gonna go badly.
Ow!
Okay, so...
You know, and on the plus side, if they're going to send grenades, at least you're by yourself at that time, so not everyone got hit.
Okay, so just so you can see it in more detail. No need for you to panic too much. That was the attack roll against you.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's not like my leg's about to get blown off. It's great.
Okay. So that means your body is getting hit for 9 damage.
Ouch. That's after soak?
That's before soak.
Oh, it's before soak. Okay. Oh, soak of 7?
And you got a soak of 7. Okay, so they also trigger the blast quality, and you take another 6 damage that ignores soak.
Again, on the plus side, it doesn't need any confusion about whether people should use rubber bullets or real bullets now.
As you now have shrapnel all up you.
Great.
Someone's ruined your nice set of clothes.
or like my current set of armor. Yeah. Damn it! I kept that for like 2 months without ripping it to shreds.
Okay, so
at least now it'll be easier to shred when you change. You don't get out of it.
Yeah, I won't have to worry about using the augment clothing when I shift. Actually, no, that happens automatically if I go to my wolf form. That's right. I only have to activate that if I'm going into something that I don't know.
that is correct. Well, something that's not natural for you to change into.
Yes. Yep.
Godzilla.
Yeah. Well, if I suddenly go dire wolf, that's technically one of my known forms.
It's because it's an enhancement of your natural form instead of a brand new form. Okay, so at this stage, each of you get to make a vigilance check to see how well you can join the initiative team, because Em will also get to make an initiative check for Bolt as well. Because the other check was, did you notice bad things before they happened? No.
No,
yeah.
I did not.
Sorry, I'm also going to add another 3 damage for the net failures.
Okay, that's fair.
And I can actually use the 3 threat to activate the critical on your character, meaning you take a critical injury from the weapon, to represent the fact that it was boom on you. But hey, it was only a 37, which is then, well, it could be a lot worse than that. But because it was a frag grenade, I don't actually add any extra. I only add the 10 damage, so that makes it a 47 on the how much does it hurt chart. Okay, so your head is ringing. All your intellect and cunning checks are more difficult until that's healed.
Excuse me.
So, a head ringer is a rating 2 crit.
Does that mean it takes more to crit?
No, it's a more difficult crit. 1 rated crit is a minor. A 2-rated crit is a moderate. A 3-rated crit is a debilitating one. A 4-rated crit is, well, so nice to have had your character.
Right, yep.
So if you get to 4-rated, the only thing above a 4 rating is death.
Cool.
And 4-rated crits lead to death.
Yep.
So, what is Desron's vigilance?
I get 2 green, and I will take 2 strain to apply 2 successes.
Okay, so that is 3 successes delivered by Desron. For 2 strain. Womp using Predict to do his initiative?
From my understanding, I can't do that.
You can for initiative, just you can't ask any more questions. But it does take
okay.
It does take 2 strain to do that.
No, I won't. So my vigilance is 1 yellow, 4 green.
Okay, so 3 advantages. You rolled well. What is Talon's vigilance?
I am 1 green dice.
You got 2 successes.
Yay!
With only 1 dice compared to the 5 of Womp, you still managed to get a higher roll. That's amazing. Bolt has 2 yellow, 2 green. Would you like to roll your 2 green?
I did roll my 2 green, and I got 2 successes and 2 advantages.
And could Nero roll?
He can. Hey Josh, what's your vigilance?
Vigilance is all green.
All green. Yeah. It's an initiative check.
That'll be 3 successes, 4 advantages for Nero.
3 successes, 4 advantages. Apparently you've managed to get the top thing for everyone right now.
Yeah.
Which is always handy to get.
Bolt can go first. The turn is. Oh, my eyes!
No, the tone is and 2 seconds.
Okay, so who would like to go first now that you hear this big boom up the stairwell and dust coming down on top of everyone?
Can Bolt go first and essentially rage?
I mean, Bolt's the one that's closest to the action. Nero's then close behind, and Talon and Desmond are coming up, and Wompy's outside. So.
Bolt essentially goes straight from human to jail form.
Okay, you find yourself very tightly cramped very quickly.
That's fine. If I can still move, that's fine.
Luckily, you're long big, not tall big.
Yeah. I can like run on all fours still. As essentially the giant wolf looking thing.
Yes, you have filled the hallway. Do you want to be looking towards the window or looking towards the stairwell?
The stairwell?
Okay. You feel your tail wagging outside the building.
That's fine.
And you realize you can't turn around.
Everyone's up, let's go.
You're actually up on the floor you need to be on.
Oh, well, forward is the only way to go then, I guess. Can I see anybody? Like, do I have enhanced anything, like vision, smell?
Oh, you can smell a whole lot of stuff in the hallway. None of it good.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you get that wretched nightclub smell?
Yep.
Imagine you've got that without being drunk.
Yeah.
And you can't see where your attacker is. Looking either side of you, up and down, they're not up the stairwell. There's lots of people coming up from below, and none of the doors are open in front of you.
So they're like potentially further in the corridor where I can't see them?
Possibly, you could run and find out.
Let's run and find out.
Okay, you run down the corridor and don't find anything at the end there. And you find yourself at a window looking out over a small alley.
Is that the alley that Womp's in?
No. Oh, actually, it could be the alley that Womp's in.
If I spot Womp, if that's the alley he's in, or just in general, bark as loud as I can.
Okay, so...
Or howl, or something.
As you press your head up against the window to look down at Womp, the moment you howl, your head shatters the window.
Sweet. That's fun.
And does Womp look up to the sound of the howl?
Yeah.
Okay, as you look up, glass comes raining down on top of you.
Sorry.
As you can see, a wolf head sticking out the side of the building, almost as big as the window.
Yeah, but is the wolf badly damaged?
Can't tell. The head doesn't seem to be damaged. It didn't seem to cause any damage, and oh my god, that's glass in my face.
Oh.
Sorry.
So I'm going to say Womp takes 2 points of damage from falling glass.
Sorry, Womp.
Okay, so who wishes to go next?
I would suggest that Nero is in the best position to go next.
Yeah, Nero will go next if no one else wants to.
I mean, the thing is that Nero should be just behind, well, not that far behind Bolt, but obviously the only things
probably a few stairs
that
behind.
Desmond and Parla might do will be either going up or down the stairs, so...
Okay, so everyone hears the thumping of the cyborg up the stairwell.
Yeah, dump.
Well, he is almost as heavy as Womp in the more compact body.
Yep.
Cyber does do that to you. As you reach the landing with the door to the private detective, you can see a blast area and the window having been broken inwards.
Okay. Sorry, you said I entered the room.
You entered the flight of the level. You reached the floor, and out front of the detective's door is a broken window and an explosion radius, and a blood trail leading down the hallway to another round the corner.
Okay.
And rather oversized canine prints going in that direction.
Oh.
But you would have heard Bolt shut the window and howl really loudly. I'm pretty sure if you didn't, but I wasn't doing it right.
Well, it would have been around the same time because, hey, not many seconds have passed.
Oh, right.
I will follow said blood trail.
Okay, you look around the corner and the corridor is full of wolf.
Oh,
You can see a tail almost as long as you, swinging about in agitation, putting holes in the walls around it.
yeah.
And
On
the
plus side,
ceiling.
at least it's not wolf pieces.
And you're a bit surprised because those walls are brick.
Yeah.
I would suggest going the other way, because if you're standing behind Bull when if he manages to turn around in that corridor,
I'm sure. I'm sure he'll just back up. In which case, all the problems occur.
yeah.
Can I clear, just basically investigate the room, like clear style, with my rifle out?
You can pull your rifle out. You can see you're in a corridor with many doors and apartments.
So, Martin, when you said the window was shattered out, was that when my tail broke the window when I got big?
I said the window was shattered in, not out.
Yeah, in.
Oh, okay. So
You did fail your vigilance roll, remember, so you didn't get any of the details.
Oh right, yeah, no, okay. That's why I was asking more for just like my continuity is just like, huh?
Sorry, just shut it in. I look out the window, see what could have been thrown in.
Okay, so there is the kids have gotten out of the car and they have weapons out.
The kids?
They look to be teenagers, gangers.
Right.
And looking at them, their colours are bright red, yellow, and orange on their leathers, with dyed hair.
Huh.
Is that Crimson Crush? Please tell me that's Crimson Crush.
Too many colours.
Too many colors?
Too
Damn.
many colours.
Damn it.
Sound like, was it Go Gangers?
Is there a webpage where we can see what colors are associated with what gangs on the website, or is that more of a GM thing?
Just do a Shadowrun gang colours web search and you might get lucky.
Yeah.
Right, that would be more of a hollow thing, but not right now. Cool,
No,
thanks.
I mean as a player.
Oh, right.
I mean, sort of thing that as a character, if you've got any association with gangs of Seattle and or knowledge on type stuff, then chances are the character knows the colours to recognise them, right? Considering
I don't think
main
it
association
is.
with Crimson Crush is See Crush, Kill Crush.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I don't think Paul cares too much. If he sees any sort of ganger's color, I think, and they've hurt him, yeah, those kids are.
I think it's normally been Ezra that's identified to Bolt, but they've been Crimson Crush that were
Wait, hold
connected.
on. Bolt can identify gang colours. Aren't you colorblind?
No, that's what I mean. I probably only know what Crimson Crush looks like vaguely. So any kind of gang color, Bolt.
It's just a darker shade of grey.
It's just a darker shade of red. Exactly. It's just they're all red, right?
No, they're all grey. They're all grey.
Hey, it's much like most animals see tigers as the same colour as the greenery around them.
Yeah.
Actually, they've actually worked out dogs can see some colors, red and blue gamuts specifically. So yes, I could actually tell red and blue. Maybe not green, but yeah.
So does that mean that Bolt wanted some Earl Grey? I can cook up a nasty brew.
I mean, I'm sure I've had more than enough fancy tea at
Okay, so-
Trixie's before.
Nero, you look out the window, I say that's a maneuver. What do you want to do next?
So you cut out there for me, Martin. So probably.
I think you paused to think.
Oh,
He paused for effect.
Yeah. So that was a maneuver to peer out the window.
Yep. And technically one to get up the stairs as well.
So I would have taken 2 strain.
That is correct.
Okay.
Would you like to do an action?
It's probably not going to do anything. Actually, can my action be over the comms to alert our party that I've got team gangers that have lobbed this thing, and I've got a very angry poppy up here?
That would be perfect.
Done.
can I have a free action if I hear gangers outside? Can I turn my head and look towards the other window as a free action?
Don't come charging through the open window. I'm standing in front of it.
I can't charge you yet.
I will ask, Josh, what does Nero actually say to the others on the comms? Assuming you've only got a few words.
Sorry, I've only got.
Assuming you've only got a few words to say it.
Oh, a few words. Teenagers with guns outside. Possible threat.
So that sounds like you got all your words out. We will move over to who is next to act, because Bolt doesn't get to turn around just yet, because Bolt's got his head out barking at Womp.
I didn't turn around fully, but try and turn my head to look out the other window. But that's fine.
You turn your head sideways and Thump, you put a hole in the wall next to you.
Yep, perfect.
And you feel a bit of glass sticking to you. Moving over to who is going next. There is a party slot.
Yeah, Deco's happy to start dashing up the stairs. Tells Talon, maybe you want to wait here.
Yeah.
One maneuver gets you up to the stairs, where you see Nero looking out a window, and a tail of a poppy glance down a hallway around the corner.
This is the 3rd floor stairs, mate.
This is the 3rd floor landing.
Can I see the corner office where the detective's supposed to be?
That is the one that Nero is standing looking at the window next to.
Well, I'll just draw pistols and
You have quick draw, don't you? Jeremy, you have quick draw, don't you?
I do.
In which case it doesn't cost you anything to do so.
But then I'm going to just stand top of the stairs to. Can I tell where the grenade went off, assuming I recognise the sound of the explosion?
Yes, it went off right next to the detective's office, and apparently Bolt shielded the office from the blast.
Okay. Yep, so that'll be me. I'm basically lined up looking for threats.
Okay, so everyone can hear a sound of a door being kicked in and breaking down below. And then there is a lot of smoke has started pouring up the stairwell. You think they either set off a flare or a smoke bomb on the stairwell. So, who wishes to go next?
I think we're down to Wampa and Carl, aren't we?
Yeah. So I'm obviously assuming that this big raucous we heard is levels below where I am.
No, the bomb went off above you.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
And you heard that there are gangers outside. And next thing you know, you're enveloped in smoke, and the smoke is making it hard to breathe.
Oh my gosh! Okay, do I have like equipment available to me that I can like use, like
Not yet.
gas mask or anything? I'm just going through my little sheet now. No.
But you do have resilience, so you can make a resilience check not to choke and pass out.
Oh yes, please. I will do that. Thank you. Because ideally, I'd love to run straight through that up to the 3rd floor.
Okay, you managed to get one whole success to deal off the smoke, and yes, you can spend a maneuver to run up to the landing.
Hell yes, I do it. Hand on pistol, ready to go. I am queen.
Okay, so you come out running to the back of Desrin at the landing.
Do I smack into him accidentally?
I'm sure you do, but of course I'm sure he thought it wasn't accidental. And there's probably a grin on his face as you do so.
Of course.
And you can see an open window nearby with glorious fresh air and a Nero sort of peering out of it. What would you like to do?
Did you say Nero peering out of it?
Yep, Nero. Josh's character is peering out of the open window.
Okay, I mean, I would like to figure out if there is, any, like, reasonable escape route, because I'm kind of figuring that this smoke is going to make its way upstairs and we can't necessarily guarantee that everyone's going to pass a vigilance check.
Well, you did run up and smoke does rise.
Yeah.
So you're sure it's going to come this way, especially considering there's an open window beside you, so it most likely will go towards the open window.
Okay, and these like gangers that are outside, they like say the open window. Does that like look directly down onto the entrance to the building where the gang people are?
You're sure it does, just that you can't really tell from where you are unless you spend another maneuver to look down.
Yeah, I'm going to go look out that window if I can.
Okay, taking 2 strain, you manage to get next to Nero and peer down, and you see that there's 4 guys standing below. One look and a trail of smoke coming out of the door beneath them, or in front of them beneath you. So you think they're the ones who threw the smoke thing.
Damn. Okay. Do I have like more moves left?
No, you've actually used up all your moves to do so.
Dang.
But hey, you got a good look at what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to Womp. What does Womp do?
Okay, I will pull out my pistol
Mm-hmm.
and head towards the corner of the building.
Okay, taking 2 strain, you do your second maneuver. And yes, you reach the corner of the building quite easily. You can see around the corner 4 guys in front of the main doors and 1 guy next to the car.
So what are they armed with?
Okay, they each have Looking at it, they actually have military-grade rifles.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So that they actually look like standard Ares security automatic machine guns, automatic machine pistols.
Okay, so they've got. So they're well kitted. Great. Okay, I'm gonna. So there was 5 all up, was there?
Yeah, there are 5 all up. Yes.
Yeah, I got it. Over the comms. 5 downstairs, all armed with automatic pistols. Ares. They're heavy hitters.
Okay, so you then see the guy at the back next to the car pull a rifle out of the back of the car and point it up at the window towards Nero and Talon.
No.
And I'm a land of actions, correct?
That is correct. Okay, so that is at medium range. Does Nero or Talon provide any defense?
Nero does.
Well, it depends on who gets hit first.
I know, Ross. It does not depend on who gets hit first. That's not how it works. It's
I'm just kidding.
if they are doing a attack that can potentially hit more than one target, the highest difficulty is the target of the attack. So, does Nero have defense?
Yes, he just got 1 defense.
Does Talon have higher defense?
I am looking at my thingy now.
So you should have a ranged defense. If I switch over to thing, at the top of it you should have a defense box, and it should have a melee in ranged. If you have higher than 1 in ranged, now would be the time to mention it.
It's
You also have
1.
Just a 1?
Just 1.
That's okay. It means you're equal to Josh, which is not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so the person just opens up and you hear the sound of automatic weapons on the outside. Looks like you guys got very lucky.
Yay. Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, so it is 1 hit.
Okay.
And with that, I will... odds it hits Josh, even it hits Al. Hits Josh. Okay,
I was about to
so...
say, Nero's probably forefront to the window, so he can take the brunt of it.
Okay, so Josh, you take 7 damage with -3 armor.
So I take 7 damage. My soak is only 3.
They have armor-piercing rounds loaded.
Love it.
And they did go for the auto fire, which is why the difficulty was 3 instead of 2. Okay, so we are now up to a new round. Anyone can go first. Who would like to go first?
Can Nero return fire?
Nero can return fire.
Right.
Technically, unless you have quick draw, you'll be spending a maneuver to pull the weapon out.
I pulled it out last round.
You came up the stairs and moved to the window using maneuvers. Did you have quick draw? If the answer is no, then you need to spend a maneuver to pull it out.
Alright, yeah, I was a bit confused because I thought there was an open room, and I thought that's okay. Quick draw. I don't believe it do.
It would be a talent.
I do not.
You are not a gunslinger, so...
Oh, I do.
You
I
do?
got it from Assassin E2. Quick draw.
In which case, then you could have pulled them out last round. That's where quick draw comes in handy.
Okay, easy.
Okay, so yes, you have your gun ready, and you also still have your maneuver and your action. What would you like to do?
Action is to return fire on the guy who shot at us.
Would you like to aim first?
Yes.
Which will give you a blue... aim will give you a blue dice to your check. And are you using your street lane special or your firestorm?
My firestorm.
Which is a good choice because otherwise you would not reach them.
Cool. I'm trying to figure something out, Martin. Deadly accuracy is one personal combat skill. The character then adds this rank to that skill to damage made with that skill on a successful attack.
Yeah, so you need to choose either if it's melee.
I think I chose ranged light.
You did choose ranged light because it's listed under the weapon itself. Deadly accuracy, lethal blows, precise aim, quick draw, which is actually there, which is me asking if you got it meant you didn't actually read your page.
Wait, quick strike or quick?
Quick draw is actually listed under the weapons.
Oh. Sorry, no, I just look at the, I've been looking at the dice this session. I forgot about the lower bits. Sorry.
So, okay, so it is ranged light. You're looking at it being at medium, which means it's automatically 2 purple. Do you switch to auto fire?
Yeah.
Which makes it 3 purple.
Yep.
Do you upgrade the check?
Yes, I do.
Which means you flip over one of these, and you'll be adding 1 black to the check due to their defense. And you also upgrade a purple to a red because they are not a minion.
Not a minion. Okay. Just a quick question on that, Martin.
Yep.
Would I still add a black if I cancel the aim with the defense?
You can choose to use your blue to cancel out the black, or you can add the blue and black. Do you want more variation or less variation?
More variation. Why not? This will be fun.
It is a risk, but it's also it's a risk-reward sort of trial.
Alright. Ooh. That's gonna hurt them a bit, but I'm gonna feel the recoil a little bit. We'll say that much. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes triumph and 3 threat.
Okay, so the 3 threat means that your gun is saying you're out of ammo.
Yep, sure.
Which is a easy thing to do on 3 threat for basic guns. How many successes did you get?
5.
So that means 4 net successes, bumping the damage up to 6. With your deadly accuracy, it bumps bumps it up to 12. So you're doing 12 damage with Pierce 3. Okay, so yes, you do shoot them rather meatily. How many? So you didn't get any advantages at all?
No, I got no advantage, but I did get a triumph.
You can use that to either trigger auto fire or critical hit.
We'll trigger auto fire.
Okay, so another 12 damage fires off at that person, and you basically see them splatter to the ground.
Hey!
There is no saving that person even with magic. Okay, so that is Nero done.
Yep, that's near done.
Who wishes to go next?
Tyler wouldn't mind having a go at the other assailants below the window, seeing as, you know, she's pretty G'd up with that successful hit Nero just made.
Okay, so you can, because you don't have quick draw, so you can simply spend a maneuver to pull out the weapon and then shoot.
Yes,
Do you
may
wish-
as well.
Do you wish to use your submachine gun?
Yeah, but didn't I leave the machine gun in the car?
You can have. You could say yes, you left it in the car, or you could say I didn't really listen to Desmond and I'm carrying it right now.
You know what? It's so funny you say that because I didn't listen to him and I am carrying it right now.
I'm just trying to say the words that your character says over time.
Yeah. So also just one thing, Martin. So of the three gang members below the window, only one of them just died, right?
There are 4 below the window directly, and the guy standing next to the car was shot.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So there's 3 more possible targets.
No,
Very nice.
There's still 4 below you. There was a 5th guy.
Oh, what? They just keep multiplying. Come on.
No, there was 4 that had gone to the door below you, and there was one standing by the car who pulled out the automatic rifle and shot Nero.
Alright. Okay, alright, so yeah, I wanna use this submachine gun.
Yep. Would you also like to have had it turned to auto fire?
Yes, please. Wait, what's the difference between, is that the only other thing I can do?
Well, considering you spent a maneuver pulling it out, the auto fire, you can spend a maneuver taking 2 strain to aim, or you can spend a maneuver to swap out the bullets for armor piercing or shredding.
Opposed to auto fire or in addition to?
In addition to auto fire.
No, I'm gonna go auto fire, thank you.
Okay. So, did you wish to upgrade your check?
Absolutely.
This is always a nice thing to do to make it easy for you to hit things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that, all those dice go away, leaving you with 2 successes. Which means that your machine gun does 6 damage to the guys below you, peppering them slightly.
What? That's so mean.
So they had a soak of 4, which means that of your 6 damage, only 2 got through.
Okay.
Okay, so that is Talon. Who wishes to go next? Another party member can go. Will Desmond step up to the window and show them how it's done?
Well, I was going to say, is have people been described what's happening on comms?
You have had Nero describe the 5 people outside. You have had Womp describe the 5 people outside. No one has described the 1 person going down.
So, and these are all at the front, rather than at the back with the where the fire escape was?
They're at the front, not near the back. They were in the car that was playing music that you guys passed.
And the door to The detective compartment
is in front of you.
it's in front of us. Did it get damaged or affected?
It has some shrapnel sticking into it, but apparently someone absorbed most of the blow.
We still haven't worked out who threw that grenade. Is that right?
You assume it's the people outside.
Oh, okay, so the grenade got fired from through the window.
You can see that the window has been broken inwards, even though there was an explosion here, which would have broken it outwards.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Bolt was a little distracted by the run up the stairs.
Exercise.
Yeah. Desmond will go forward and likewise. There's probably not room for a third person who's shooting out the window at the moment, is there?
Technically, these windows are big windows, so you could fit 3 of you side by side or 1 Bolt.
Okay. Dave will move up and take a shot at one of the.
Do you have a grenade on you?
Grenade for? He'll just go with his pistol. So.
I thought you'd want to go, I killed them all with 1 blow.
That'd be unsubtle. No, he will, move up, and take the strain for maneuver and do the aim, and then see if he can take out one of these guys with his non-armored piercing rounds by aiming for the non-armored areas. Between the eyes. So I'm assuming that all these guys count as having acted already.
They have acted already, yes.
So 4 yellow, 1 green, and you got blue for the aiming?
It is a blue for the aiming. Did you want... Are you not using your auto pistol?
No, you're going to go pistol? It's also then I get an advantage for the superior.
He does get an advantage for that. And considering 4 of the dice were blank, it means you have 2 advantages. Which, if you had the auto fire pistol, meant you could have actually hit a second time. So, what is your damage of your weapon?
Oh, so it was there wasn't success in there. I think I know 2 advantages. Damage 6.
Damage 6, so that means you do 7 damage. There is no piercing on that one.
No. These are just standard rounds.
So that means 3 damage goes down, you kill 1.
Yep. And then you basically, darling, get down!
Yeah, don't be a target. Okay, so Desrin has gone. Okay, so you see the gangers below. One of them pulls out a grenade and goes to throw it.
I'm assuming we haven't got any way of actually affecting that action. So.
Well, it's basically, does Desrin have a higher defense? Or do you only add 1?
He's currently, with his Kevlar armour, he's currently got a melee and a ranged defense of 2.
You got a ranged defense of 2?
Yeah.
In which case then, because he's targeting the group, his difficulty is increased by the highest of that group's defense.
Okay.
So you are actually providing defense for both the other two by just being in the area. Which means the equivalent of you can knock the grenade out of the way. He is going to spend 1, 2.
The advantage is
3.
when you see it coming.
Okay, so interesting. So that is 2 threat, a success, and a triumph. So a grenade lands amongst you. So the grenade landing will just switching to the weapon so I have the correct details for you. Explosive, there we are, explosives. So everyone takes 8 damage minus your soak.
Excuse me.
Desmond takes 5.
So that's Desrin, Nero, and Talon.
Yep. Desmond's got a soak of 3.
Oh, sorry. Only one of you will take that straight damage. I'll roll to see who that ends up being. So let's see. On a D10, I will say 1 to 3 Desrin, 4 to 6 being Nero, and if it's on a 10, I'll just re-roll. So it looks like it hits Nero again. I'm sorry, Nero.
Josh is also just stepped away for it.
Okay, so
Really?
Nero takes the blow for everyone else apparently, as the other people take 6 non-soak damage, including Nero. So Nero in the end takes the 8, which he can soak some from, so he'll take 5 from that, and so Nero takes 11 damage all up. And so that will put him on 14 damage. Talon would be on 7 damage, and Desred would be on 7 damage.
Would that mean that Nero goes down because he only has a wound threshold of 14? Sorry, I'm just looking at his stat sheet on his computer because he's just, as I said, sorry, he stepped away. Mia woke up, so she requested that Josh put her back to sleep.
So if he has a wound threshold of 14, then I get to roll percentile dice because he just got critically hit.
Oops.
Didn't you say the damage was 8 initially?
It was 8, but he has a soak of 3, so that means 5, and then he gets added onto that the 6, making it 11 total.
Yeah, no, but you were saying the fact that I thought you said that Desmond and Talon took 7 or 8 damage.
It was only one person takes the full damage.
Oh, sorry.
And then everyone else takes the associated damage, including the original target. So the critical hit meant he could set off the blast quality, which does 6 damage to everyone in the radius.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's why he took 11 damage all up. And with a 70 plus 11, making it a 81, he gets a winded result of a crit 2. Which means for that perspective, they cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate any abilities or gain additional maneuvers until the critical injury is healed. So that does limit his ability to do stuff. He can't take strain. So if that happened to a spellcaster, no spells can be cast.
No, ouch.
Okay, so that was the gang below. That brings us to either Womp or Womp, I believe. Oh no, Womp or Bolt.
Bolt
Yes.
hasn't gone this round.
Who wishes to go? Bolt or Womp?
One can go first if you want, because I have something hilarious in mind.
So, Womp, you can see the 3 guys now out front of the door with one of them collapsed down.
Yeah. The one with the rifle, is he still fine, or is the other one knocked?
The one with the rifle seems to have huge holes in his chest and his head, and he's slumped along the side of the car at an odd angle.
Oh, okay. And there's you had the guy who threw a grenade.
And you see the group of 3 guys standing out front of the door. One of them had stepped back and tossed a grenade up. Quite successfully,
Okay.
mind you.
Okay. I'll aim and shoot at him, and then duck behind the wall.
Okay. Well, so
Actually,
aim.
no, that'll be. Yeah, that's right. That's a minute. No, I'll still aim it. Yeah, I won't duck.
Okay, so what is your range like?
My range 5 isn't that range 5. That is 1 yellow, 1 green.
Would you like to upgrade that? You're at medium range from them at this stage.
No, I will not upgrade.
But you are aiming.
But I will be aiming.
Okay.
You'll find reasons to my madness.
Still good. Okay, so 2 successes, 1 net success, meaning the damage of your weapon is increased by 1. And
and I will use a destiny point to add 3 to that damage. Yeah, 3, because that's my intelligence, because I've got anatomy lessons.
so what's the damage of your weapon?
Is
So base damage plus 4.
okay, so base damage plus 4, that's 12.
Okay, so 12 damage. Does it have any special abilities like Pierce?
Actually, I think you've got a. Oh, yes, it does have pierce, got pierce 3.
Because you put the armor piercing on?
Yeah, I put the armor piercing on here.
Okay, so just so you know what the difference that makes is their soak of 4 reduces to a soak of 1. And that means you gun down 3 of them, taking all 3 of them out.
With 1 shot.
It would be basically a round of bang, bang, bang sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But for your case, it's 1 shot takes out all 3 because of your limited ammo quality.
Yep. Hey, I'm John Wick of the Trolls.
Well, you do have a troll-sized handgun.
Yeah, no.
So yes, you do take them out, taking us out of combat with Bolt doing his hilarious thing at the end of it, whether it is supportive or not. What does Bolt do?
Bolt, if he couldn't turn around, was going to continue out the window.
Okay, so everyone hears the shredding of metal and stone as Bolt forces his way out. No damage from landing in the alley because you can actually slide down using the brickwork on each side of the alley to slide down. You're almost as wide as the alley.
Yay.
And as you come out, you can hear the sound of bricks falling behind you for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, probably toppling the whole building behind me, yep.
Oh,
Sounds like Bolt.
just doing some, external damage, I'm sure.
Yeah, just some remodeling. It's right. I was gonna bolt around to the front, and if there isn't any of them left, Bolt will I don't know what Bolt will do. Probably howl again in kind of like anguish and anger.
Okay, so you come around the corner, see them all down, and howl in Womp's ear. How does Womp take being howled at?
Well, actually, that might be a good thing because I don't speak dog or wolf. So it could be a howl in happiness.
It's an anguish sort of howl, I'm sure.
Oh, that means he.
Someone took my play toy away.
Damage.
No, you can tell it's like Bolt is like pissed howl. It's not a happy howl.
And on the bright side, Bolt's head almost comes up to your head. So now that you're out of combat, what would you guys like to do?
Well, Declan's going to be having a look at the apartment and dig in to find out what's going through there.
Okay, so the
You'll send a message to the guys outside saying, hey, try and clear the bodies because we don't necessarily want to attack morphine if we can avoid it.
Okay, well, we'll put the bodies in their car and I will search their car.
Okay, so you start doing that. It's going to take you a few a minute or so to get them all into the car. While you're doing that, the office is locked, and you see printed on the door, though slightly tarnished with the explosives, silver letters with Pat Bambra, Private Detective.
Okay. Declan will attempt to pick the lock or open the door, whatever it requires.
Okay, so for Desrin, so we switch back to him. That is a skullduggery check. Because that's your basic pick, physical sort of lock skill.
Yep.
Which you're quite good at.
Yep, I've got 3 yellow, 2 blue. Mine's got 2 blue. Oh, because we've already counted it as 2 blue. Yep. Okay.
I try to do it automatically, do as much as possible.
Yep, that's fine. So yeah, so 3 yellow and 2 blue.
Would you? Well, there's nothing to upgrade at this stage for you, but I will give you a point back by upgrading one of the other dice.
Thanks.
Okay. So you succeed with 1 strain as the door pops open, flicking your fingers quite painfully.
Okay.
But hey, at least your lockpicks weren't broken.
Happy with that.
As you hear the sound of doors being opened in the car below, and is anyone helping Womp with his grisly work, or is just Bolt looking on mournfully and howling?
Talon's more than happy to handle a bit of blood and gore.
Can Bolt help by
Talon's upstairs.
Oh no, that's right.
Can Bolt help by picking them up with his teeth?
He can.
Even though they're dead, maybe squeezing a little bit harder than I need to. And
you can literally swallow parts of them if you wish to.
I was going to say, I'm sure Giant Bolt could quite happily help clear the bodies.
yeah, I don't really want to eat these people.
Especially because you remember what happened last time. You overate as a large size and then reduced down. Your stomach got exceedingly big.
Yeah.
And
but generally, like, Bolt doesn't eat for revenge. Bolt eats for the sport or the hunt. So...
Okay, so you guys, you're helping. Does Tarlin follow Desrin in as he breaks in? And does Nero do the same?
And Tala does.
And I'm sure Nero would follow in.
Okay, so as you hear the squishy sounds outside, Bambra's office has been tastefully decorated in mid-21st century overworked bachelor. Stuffer shack wrappers, sheaths of paper, piles of clothes, and scattered computer manuals dot the office landscape. To the right of the door is an area sectioned off by a sheet hung over a rope. Enclosed there is a cot, a bureau, and some jackets and shirts hanging on a hook. There's also something reminiscent of an archaeological dig, which up close examination turns out to be a sink. Bradbury's desk has a video phone unit, a vid deck, a screen, a tabletop computer, several video chips are stacked on top of the computer. When you glance the labels of the chips, you find out they are pre-recorded cinemas. Some of the titles are vaguely familiar as century-old classics such as The Maltese Falcon, The Big Steep, and Laura. You also notice one chip unlabeled is already in the deck, which is connected to the screen. There's also a box filled with chippies or micro audio chips. A Sony Pocket Secretary with a chip in it sits near the box. The recorder is on top of a yellow legal pad. The top page is blank. And that's basically your glance around the room as the three of you have gone in. What would the three of you like to do?
I guess my first question is, are we continuing so far tonight?
While we're at 10:30, we can leave the investigation to next session.
Well, I would like to heal people.
Yeah, but that's like you right now you're upstairs or something like that. So we can keep going a bit longer again if you wanted to, or I know I'm getting close, but
Well, if you wish to,
before we start the investigation, I thought, hang on, it might be worth, if it's going to take time.
it can take time and checks, and there are many things you could find out. Did Womp wish to heal Bolt, because that's the only person you have a chance to heal right now?
Yeah, I'll heal Bolt. How badly injured is he?
He's got shrapnel all through his body.
I think it took like 12.
So basically, I think I have to do a heal critical.
I've got you down as 10 damage and a critical hit.
Yeah.
So, are you going to take a medicine check to remove all the shrapnel first, or just
yeah, I will do a medicine check to remove the shrapnel.
Do you have a med kit?
Actually, no, I do not have a med kit.
In which case, you can seal the metal in, or wait till next session.
Because I won't be here for the next session.
I can do the check next session for you if you wish.
Yeah, I'll do that. I thought that one of my advantages would help, but no. Surgeon just gets healed, that makes me heal even more.
He does when you do healing. With medicine. Which you're not really trained in yet.
No, I am trained in
Oh,
that.
so I'm looking at both.
Levels. Oh.
That would be why I couldn't tell. Okay, so medicine.
Wait a sec, Bolt's got his tooth. Can I use that to get the shrapnel out?
You could, but you'd be dealing damage the whole time. It's not a precision tool for doing that sort of thing.
I know it's not a precision tool. Yeah. Do I really want to get Bolt really pissed off? Probably not a good idea.
Yes. Don't mind things, Bolt. Stab. See, you're all better.
And the Bolt goes into Super Saiyan mode because I've got enough damage to knock her out, or knock him out.
Well, Bolt Super Saiyan mode is not much different than Bolt's current mode. So you may not notice the difference, except for when you lose an arm. Okay, did anyone else want to add anything for next session so we can finish up and let people get to sleep?
I do have one question. If I change forms now to say, like human or back to hybrid form, what would happen to the shrapnel? Would that just change location?
It's roughly where it is on you when you got hit as a human.
Oh, right, because I went from human to big dog. Right, that's right. If it makes it easier and if Womp can't bolt down enough, I'll transform back into probably not human but hybrid. I know we say not to do that in downtown, but Bolt's a bit too worked up, so
I think that would be a next session thing.
yeah, no, perfect fine for next session, but just have that on the recording so I actually, remember.
Depends on if you review the recordings.
Yeah.
That's a big if.
No, generally, so like, if I say it, I generally remember.
It becomes one of those things that, yes, telling someone to remind you of something is enough for you to remind yourself.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anything from anyone else for Nero or Talon?
Not off the top of my head.
I'm sure you can think of another advertisement to be in the office there for you.
I'm sure. Well, there probably will already be one in there, let's be real.
That was what I was suggesting. You can come up for the next one if you like.
Okay.
And how about Josh?
Josh is still
busy?
back to sleep, so
Okay.
unfortunately.
In which case, then I will go to end credits and chat to people afterwards if they stay around.